90 Day Fiancé the other way. This is one of my favorite 90 days because it shows, I like this one better. It shows more real stuff the other way. But let's talk about this girl right here, Danielle. I like Danielle, but it's the fact that she keeps lying and talking down to her husband. That's the part that bothers me a little with her. She lived in New York and she works her behind off. And now she's, in her early 40s. She just wants to move down to DR and live there and live, you know, easier. Because living here in the United States it's a lot. Because I feel like all you do is work and pay bills, work and pay bills. So she wanted to escape that and just go live in the DR. She met her husband while she was on vacation in the DR, and they known each other for only a couple of days, maybe a week, and she fell in love. Went back another time, and she eventually married him. They really don't know each other that well. So her husband's name is Yohan, and he lives in the DR. And his dream is to come back to the United States and live, because life in the DR is hard. Island life is hard. It looks easy, but it's hard. I know firsthand because I used to live on the island. So what Danielle don't understand is when you go on vacation to one of these islands, yes, it looks glamorous. It looks easy going. But once you live there, it's not as glamorous and easygoing because it's a tough place to live in. A day to day is way harder than just a week of vacation. So basically, after marrying her husband, she told him, she gonna fill out the paperwork so that way he can come to the U.S. But when she went back, she was like, yeah, I don't plan on leaving the DR. I'm just gonna live here, live on the beach, and we're just gonna figure it out. I mean, her plan was very simple. Just live on the beach and live on love alone. She's crazy because that cannot happen. So now she pays for everything. If they go out to eat, she pays for it. If they do this, she pays for it. She pays for everything. So her problem is she wants the husband, Yohan, to start putting in money into paying for stuff too. But she got to understand, like, he works for pennies and he don't have any money, and most of the people in his house and his family is relying on him for money and relying on the fact that she is marrying him, giving him papers to come to the United States so he can get a better job and take care of them and help them to come to the United States. Like, she hasn't taken all that in at all. So now she done switched on the man and said that she don't want to go back to the United States. She wants to stay here and live her life on the island. But that's not what he wants. So he opened up a business while she was gone. Now that she's back, she see the business. It's a butcher shop. It's a butcher shop on the island, typical butcher shop. And what she does is, instead of encouraging him, she talks down to him a lot. Like, I understand that she's older than him, but this is your husband. Once you marry him, he becomes your equal, no matter how old you are. Even though she's older than him, your husband, he's supposed to be your husband. She talks down to him like he's a child because she's trying to figure out how much money he's bringing in from the little butcher shop that he got. And according to him, it makes sense to him, but according to her, the money's not adding up. And she wants to know, where he's getting all this money from to start the stuff. I feel like Danielle give him money, so the money probably come from you, Danielle, and you just don't know what he does with his money. Maybe he saves up all the money you give him, and now he opened up his butcher shop, and the money came from you. So I don't like the way she speaks to him like he's a child. It's everything that she does. And, like, where's the money coming from? You're not understanding. And he's starting to pick up on that. So I don't know if this relationship is going to last, because homeboy is not going to stay in the DR. He wants to come back to the US and work and take care of his family, because that's the plan him and his family has. We'll see.